I'm a big fan of that little jumper that Gorilla's using. It looks like a customised hoodie, a nice little black and yellow trim, and not sure if they're available to buy, but I'd pick myself one up. I'm actually a big fan of that.
Yeah, he came in today with this jumper, and I thought, is he signed for someone? And I don't know about this. Yeah, I was like, I don't know about this. He's signed for someone, but no. So just, as you said, a custom-made hoodie that he's obviously made with himself, with his own brand on that. But here we go. This is for Champions Cup of the month of March in Singapore. And this is round one, a Swiss-style format. From left to right in the AC Milan strip, it will be M10 Resende. Of course, we don't know who he plays for. Mesut Ozil's esports organisation. On the other side of that, we've got the world champion from 2017 in Gorilla.
I think he's using the pink Man United kit.
I'm surprised he's using that. He's probably haunting them a little bit, of course, from a few days back. Obviously, he played in that EPL qualifier at Old Trafford, and fortunately didn't have the best of runs there. It was obviously Stokes that nearly got all the way to grabbing himself a spot, but there was 2 new winners there, and of course that is another one of these Global Series tournaments. But on the other side of that, Resende, he was fresh out of Atlanta, but not the great performance there. Went 2 and 3 in Swiss-style format.
We talk about going out in Swiss-style format. It's not been a good tournament, but when you've only got 32 players, and every single player, talking about the qualifying, to actually get to the event is an accomplishment in itself. To go out in Swiss, you're still walking away Global Series ranking points. Granted, you're not walking away prize money, given how the prize money structure might be layered for different events, but it's still an achievement to get to the event, to get Global Series ranking points.
Especially with how hard the qualifiers can be this year.
The qualifying is ridiculously tough.
It's like playing an event at home. We always say it. You play Swiss-style rounds at home, and then, of course, on top of that, you've got to play knockout football. And to get, as you said, Richard, the amount of, well, we'll see, one of those 32 spots is a huge achievement in itself, as Resende does come forward. Now Johan Cruyff into Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's going to kick us off here in Singapore. 14 minutes on the clock. And it will be first strike to the Brazilian. Obviously, 2 legs of FIFA in every single one of these Swiss-style games. And it'll be an aggregate scoreline, Richard.
And that team of the year, Cristiano Ronaldo, Atlanta, Bucharest, London, Singapore. It doesn't matter the location. He's going to be finding the back of the net. Lovely finish there from the main man, CR7. He's going to be in every single team. And we're going to talk about the players used in these squads, because it's changed a little bit. You'd say the meta has a little slight change with the new Prime Icon moments coming into the game. This is the first event that these new items are available in the game. So players like Hully, they've all gone up 1 rating. I think 40 out of the 60 icons currently are available, have these special upgraded items available in the game.
And of course, alongside that, it kind of just throws a spanner in the works for a number of the players with their choices now. As you saw Johan Cruyff in action for Resende, shot from distance, and there's an equaliser straight away. This is obviously in the opening 20 minutes of this one. Luka Modric stepping up now. It's that team of the year for him. Not always a starter for a lot of people, but it's his personal preference. That's what FIFA Ultimate Team's all about. Yeah,
that Modric, for me, is probably the most well-rounded player on the entire game. I've got a little stat for you. I think there's currently, on a player in FIFA, there's 2,900 in-game stats available for the players. Luka Modric has got 2,820, I believe. I think he's lacking 80 stats across the entirety of his FUT item. That goes from aggression to slide tackling to
so that means that everything's pretty much 99.
Was the only 90-plus player in every single stat. And there's a reason that he's in these teams.
Cool, stepping up and scoring goals as well, but lovely little front post flick on. I don't know how that squeezed its way through. Little dink into the front post. It will be that 99 Pele, that prime icon moment. We mentioned who's going to be involved, Richard, but what we can see from the teams that we didn't get to see, we can see a Pele in there, we can see a Cruyff, obviously the Hullits, the Vieiras, as we normally expect to see. And at the most acute angles at the front post, Pele will put Resende 2 goals to 1 up.
Yeah, I mean, that just simply shouldn't go in, really. At the front post, you're asking so many questions. Granted, yeah, Pele, you're looking at 99 heading accuracy, but still, that's no excuse for a goal to go in like that at the front post.
And back to the drawing board. We've got a lovely through ball now to Neymar. Going to play to the front post, but he's going to strike the front post for Resende there. Wanted to play one more inside, though, to the ongoing run out, I think, of Modric at the time. But
so I've just double-checked my little Modric stat. 2,701 out of 2,800 on the in-game stats. So he's lacking 99. It's the long flight to Singapore. It's got the stats a little bit muddled up.
Over the next few days, I'm sure they will be coming out.
Coming to my own, coming to the zone, the Richard Buckley stat zone.
With these prime icon moments, there's so many kind of stat upgrades in there. Here's a chance now. Resende off the bar on the rebound. Yes. But
he's offside.
He's offside. So it's not going to matter anyway. There we go. Kept us guessing there. Obviously 30 minutes into this one. And you could just see there, Richard, just straight away. I know these players are great anyway. You know, the Cruyffs, the icons, but it's like another breath of fresh air. You know, all these these prime icon moments. Because at first it was, straight up we talk about the events in Bucharest, in London. Obviously the first two FUT Champions Cups. It was all about just your standard FIFA teams, icons involved, your R9s, all them involved. Then Team of the Year came out. Then we had that kind of mix of players, and now we've got this mix of players. Potentially going forward as well. We've got more special FUT items as well to come. The team of the season, if that's going to affect much. But we're in this position now where these prime icon moments is pretty much just a +1, as you said, for a number of these players. Yeah,
+1 on the rating, but the actual in-game stats have been dramatically improved. That's why you're seeing Cruyff actually used in this team right now, because for the simple fact that he's gone up so much and he's now competing against a Neymar Team of the Year. That 95 Cruyff and the 97 Neymar, very similar in terms of both got 5-star skill, 5-star weak foot, both that same sort of height, same sort of build. It's all personal preference. Sometimes the icons, just the chemistry that they can provide to other players, that's worthwhile putting them in.
Kind of like the glue that sticks a number of players together. Of course, we were hyping about that Ruud Gullit. That man who just fits every single formation, every single pro team. Alongside that, a man that's had a lot of hype as well, Kylian Mbappe, that Team of the Year fight. So a number of players have gone out on a limb and just said, you know what, best player at this moment in this game.
I'm sure I'll talk about this multiple times throughout the weekend as you're seeing these prime icon moments in use, but it's a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a gamble, but given how expensive
it's the first event we've really seen them use. There's a shot from distance into the crowd.
Not only that as well, but unless you have got Bateson amount of coins, if you get that reference, like 35 million coins, you simply can't afford to use these players at home. Gullit's setting you back 15 million. The prime icon moment Pele's setting you back 13 million. Eusebio's setting you like 8.5 million. You simply can't afford to buy these players and put them into your team. So for a lot of these players, unless you're grinding drafts, this is the first time that Resende, Guerrilla's used a prime icon moment Pele, a prime icon moment Gullit.
And we only have to go back to, I think it was when the Team of the Years released, when a number of players were putting in the Team of the Years and they were worrying too much about them. Yeah, I think Van Dijk was at right back at one point. Obviously, he got completely moved. He went back to what he knew, pretty much. That's the moral of the story.
Tex in London, he put all the Team of the Years in. I think that were the LQE. He weren't really performing that well. He took the players out, the Team of the Years, put his icons back in, put in Eusebio, put back in Cruyff, and then went on to make the semi-finals.
There's going to be one more chance before the end of the half, but that will do us for half-time. And you can see the stats between the two, the score as well. 2-1 to Resende in this game at this moment in time.
He's actually playing 3-5-2. So Grill's playing 4-3-1-2, and Resende's playing 3-5-2 right now. So very interesting from the Brazilian. I think that was a 3-5-2. If we can get clarification on that, if we can go over to Resende's stats and actually see that formation in action. Because if he is, that's clearly something that he's worked on at home. He knows that against, in this tournament where people are going to be using 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-1-2 to get those icons into the team.
To stop the wing play as well, potentially, as well.
And it also, if you're playing 3-5-2...
You can see that, you can just see kind of like that wall of 5 players at the moment, Richie. Obviously, maybe...
He's gone to a 5 at the back now, then, potentially.
Well, at the same time as well, with that 3-5-2, it's kind of like the Ajax Danny
story, isn't it? Mbappe were in at right wing back then, or right mid.
Yeah, you can kind of drop them in, can't you? It's good. It's like a formation, obviously, going to be very attacking, but at the same time, we need it to be defensive. It will. Here's a chance now. It's going to be headed straight into the hands of David De Gea. Of course, in most people's teams, we had a few rumours of potentially a few Van der Sars we might see pop up.
Yeah, 100%. Or walking around the player area a little bit earlier, and I saw Van der Sar in use. I saw also, I think it was Nicholas Razek, who was using the prime icon moment Yashin, 95 rated Yashin in goal. So you are going to see a little bit of change in the goalkeepers, in the defensive aspect as well. with Maldini getting that upgrade with, I don't think people use Laurent Blanc or Desailly. Although some people opting to play Van Dijk over at right back now, with these new players coming in, how strong that back post cross is. He's the only player that can really compete in the air with a Ronaldo, with a Hullet.
Well, I'm sure we're going to see a number of surprises. You know, we're trying to explain all that. You know, if you're wondering why you're going to be seeing a number of new FUT items involved in so many teams, that is because of basically the attraction of using these prime icon moments that have got the extra stats where you need them, the +1 upgrades on their primes. Here we go, inside to Cruyff, going to try and play into Kylian Mbappe, who just chased that down, but unfortunately chased it down for a goal. Remember as well, this is a two-legged game of FIFA. Round 1 of Swiss-style format. 3 wins send you through, 3 losses send you home. The question is Richard, who will be in that kind of bracket? I think there's only 4 players that can go 3-0 and just go unbelievable on day 1.
So I'm just trying to work out Resende. He started with a 4 at the back because he's got Marcelo on the pitch as well. He's then switched to 3 at the back, and I think Marcelo's playing left mid in a 3-5-2 potentially. Ramos, Maldini. I think that's Van Dijk as his 3 defenders, his 3 centre-backs. Mbappe's playing right mid.
Does that mean that Mbappe drops back?
And it looks like Vieira, Hullet is his 2 CDMs, Cruyff in behind.
Here's the ball through. This is Gorilla now with Pele all the time in the world. And that's clever from him. Could have took the shot at the front post, but had the exposure, had the confidence, just bring it back inside. He's going to go to the right bottom corner and make himself all square in this game at 2-2. And it is Pele popping up for both players in this game already.
Just waiting for that goalkeeper movement from Resende. He were expecting a front post shot, and he's actually moved him all the way out of the goal. With the recent goalkeeper movement patches, with the patch coming out, it's almost like, unless you're really, really, really confident that your goalkeeper movement is going to be accurate, sometimes just don't do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes just let it be.
Don't affect their natural kind of...
Yeah, because you see strange animations in the goal, almost like flopping about the goalkeeper sometimes.
It's kind of like, you know what the goalkeeper's going to do already. They've already got their pre-planned motion planned already. When you start moving it around, you are affecting that, and that's when you see them make a save or a dive that you don't expect them to, because you've messed up their kind of the animation that you're already expecting to see.
It's like the goalkeeper's is about to start doing the YMCA, and he comes in with a C first. Like it just doesn't fit. It just messes it up a little bit. It messes up the mojo.
Well, here's Ruud Gullit now. Was 94 overall. Centre forward, of course, he does start out, but they'll just move him down into a CDM or a centre midfielder, whatever you want him as. Of course, you can see how deep Vieira is there. And Hullet into Marcelo. He's actually quite far forward now. This is Cristiano Ronaldo into Johan Cruyff, who's going to be getting a shot away here for Resende as he waits so patiently to go forward. Could he potentially get himself 3 goals to 2 up heading into game number 2? Well, the man ranked 6th on those Global Series rankings, and it's go over the bar.
Yeah, sailing over the bar there. They were just looking to exploit the space out in the wide areas, I think. Was Resende there. He saw Mbappe really far on the right-hand side. But Gorilla kept his cool in the defensive third and just sat off, waited for the right moment to press.
Well, maybe this could be his time, Richard. Pele. Straight into the hands of De Gea.
This is a really fascinating game to watch. The formation change from Resende is just added a little bit more spice into it. He's using Pele and CR7 up top.
Cruyff, who struck the bar in the first half. We'll win a free kick, though, as you said. And here we go. We're going to see a pause now. And this is a chance for us to look into what Gorilla is doing now. Of course, mainly just the substitutes, if anything, we're going to be talking about here. Yeah, 99 Messi coming on as a central cam. He started the game in a 4-3-1-2. He's now switched into a 4-2-3-1. It's not a bad bench as well, is it? You've got Cruyff, Eusebio. So many big names in there that could honestly change the game for you. But he's happy just to bring on the one man, and that is going to be Messi. Cruyff goes off for Resende, looks like, as well. Free kick from distance. Ramos into Hullet, who's just going to hit it. We've seen him score a few goals in his time. Don't know why the keeper hasn't came out and collected that one.
Yeah, Neuer almost backed away from that then. It's not something you want to see your goalkeeper doing, not coming and claiming things like that, but could potentially have a counter-attack on here for Gorilla. Look at Messi just in that central cam position.
Well, there's the ball control that Messi does offer. I'll say R9, CR7 into Messi. Haven't really seen much of R9, to be honest. When Mbappe's came in, he's kind of pushed out that right-hand side player. If there was ever a George Best involved, he's been pushed out.
if you look at what R9 brought, it with that 5-star weak foot, with that 5-star skill moves, Neymar's almost just that in itself. And now Neymar with that Team of the Year 12th item player, it's almost just replaced the need for R9. I'm sure if R9 was to get a Prime Icon moment, that would then shake things up even further. You've almost got too many good attacking players.
And I think tournaments such as this one, obviously another major part of the FIFA 19 Global Series, we'll kind of see who stands out for these Prime Icon moments. Oh, there's a shot from distance, headed bar and in, timed it green as well. We've been speaking about him already, Richard. 90 minutes into our first game nearly here in Singapore, and it's going to be Mbappe. It's already trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, that's what Mbappe can do for you. Look at that leap. Just in the box there, off the crossbar, timed it green.
Pele as well was competing for him in the air. You've got to be asking, where's the defender?
Since the Team of the Year players have come into the game, it's been Mbappe still in the headlines. It's just... I'm not too sure. I don't think players were expecting him to be as good as he was. Yeah. You expect it of Ronaldo, you expect Messi to be sort of like next level and like top of the pile, but this Mbappe is just...
This is a golden opportunity, Richard. Sorry, just to interrupt you. This free kick does come in from 26 yards out for Gorilla, who's taken this one. CR7 runs over. He's going to play short to Mbappe, and this is really last chance for Gorilla in this game. He will win another free kick, which Messi's just going to try and play advantage for, but he's going to take it from distance instead, and Marcelo bent that one into the top-hand corner. That would have been some finish from the Brazilian.
It wanted the free kick. It was stood still with the ball, and the referee just...
The referee was like, you playing advantage here, Messi? Added time of 3 minutes to come, of course, in this leg number one. If you have just joined us, we are live from Singapore for the FUT Champions Cup. Of course, the 5th FUT Champions Cup out of 6 of them. We'll have 1,500 Global Series ranking points up for grabs as well, Richard, as we come to an end for this game. And it's going to be a slight advantage to the Brazilian, which, if we look at maybe how both halves have gone, there hasn't been too much really between the two, but Resende always started well, and he's finished well as well, Richard, and it will be the Brazilian that has a slight advantage heading in for leg number 2 here in Singapore. Yeah,
the word there that's the most important word, slight, narrow advantage at the halfway point in this two-legged game. I think Resende just took his chances when they came, couple of good crosses into the box. It worked a few good areas, and in the end, it's taken a 3-2 lead going into the second leg for Gorilla. I think the free kick at the end of that first game, he wanted the free kick. It were a good area to lay it off. He can't get inside his own head right now. He's just got to keep calm. And someone of his experience, his knowledge of FIFA, he's not going to get wound up. He's not going to get mentally drained almost. I expect to see a similar, a better performance from Gorilla in this second leg and potentially can overturn that deficit.
Well, of course, you know, coming into of course, this competition today, you know, there's so many Global Series ranking points up for the grabs, but if you don't know where these two sit in those rankings, Resende 6th at this moment in time, Richard, and alongside that, you've got Gorilla in 18th position on 970 Global Series points, which you will say is enough for playoffs at this moment in time for a top 64 spot. You know, playoffs is definitely happening for both of these players, no doubt about it. Resende can be looking forward to the grand final potentially if he performs well here.
Yeah, 100%. I think we've seen it in the past. One good performance can set you up really. Joxan, first tournament of the year in Paris, won it.
Yep. Second
tournament, Bucharest, won his side. He were in the cross-console final. He set himself up with 2,350 points there after 2 events. It's very...
We've been making the joke that you could just go on holiday for a few months. I mean, we haven't really seen him for a few months.
He didn't really go on holiday. He just weren't trying to compete for the events. He didn't want the stress of trying to qualify for events, and he was prioritising his school work over that period. But he's back now, and I'll be very interested to see how he does in this tournament. If you are from the UK and you're staying up with us tonight, I understand it's very early morning right now in the UK, so if you've stayed up or you've woke up early, show your support for Gorilla right now, because if you are just joining us, he's trailing 3-2 coming into this second leg.
Of course, whether you're watching around the world, we are live for the next 3 days as we cover, as I say, another one of these major tournaments as part of that Global Series. We start coming towards the end now. Still a long, long way off it, of course. You know, we're in the month of March. We're not finished until at least May. We're talking LQEs and leagues and the FUT Champions Cups there. Then we go on to the playoffs, and whether that's going to be and whether it's going to be in June or July, we don't know yet. And of course, on to the grand final, Richard. where everybody wants to be. 32 spots are there, 16 on PlayStation, 16 on Xbox, and a chance to call yourself a world champion.
And the first 4 minutes in this game have shown me the intent that Gorilla's looking for right now. As soon as the game started, he went team press, and he's just squeezing really high up the pitch. That's why there's so much
space. Post there? Cruyff is there. He's going to go all the way over to Cruyff. He's going to play back over instead. And
that's why there's so much space on that attack there. He's pressing high up the pitch, and I think he's trying to channel his inner task maybe with the FaZe kit. Obviously did represent FaZe Clan for a short period of time. Still unsigned.
It's been a tough one though for Gorilla now as we talk about his season. Obviously, he has picked up 970 Global Series ranking points, but for me, it's kind of he struggled to find a way that he can play, for example, because it's changed. The best performance I saw out of him was when he played against Tex in Bucharest a few months ago. And it was aggressive, and he just didn't let Tex play. That was the moral of the story. I
mean, we know that this year in FIFA, since the patch has come in with the first-time finesse shots have been nerfed, it's played at a slower pace, FIFA, this year, and that just simply doesn't really suit Gorilla's playstyle. Gorilla's an aggressive player and an attacking player.
And it's for the players that are happy to keep the ball and
to
play
that's why I'm seeing
football.
A resurgence from Dito, from Stefano Pina, from Nicholas.
Well, here's a chance now, potentially for Ascende. That's going to go into David De Gea's hand.
That's why we're seeing these players do so well. Look at Tass. Before the patch came in, he wasn't really performing at his level. He was contemplating retiring. I don't know if you saw the Instagram video in Bucharest.
And then the Club World Cup just
came back, and now he's flying, and he's probably top 3 UK players right now, alongside, I'd say, Tex and Lyrics. I'd put Tass in that bracket right now.
And just shows as well, of course, this year there's so many more tournaments, and it really is a long old season. People will develop throughout the year. Some people will start well and then maybe drop off. Some people will start really late and then end up getting themselves a playoff spot. But you can see, obviously, the team that the Gorilla was playing. Is this not what Ascende was trying to do?
Yeah, I think he's matched him right now. Gorilla's got good experience playing this 3-5-2 and this 3 at the back formation. We've seen it a few times for him. I seem to remember in Manchester last year, Chris Trout, he pointed it out to me. He said, look, a lot of these UK players are actually playing 3-5-2 right now. Fully were playing it. I think Tass were playing it. Ryan were playing it. #Ryan. And Gorilla was also dabbling in that 3-5-2. This was in FIFA 18 at the FUT Champs Spring Cup. However, right now we're seeing it coming out from him, and he's matching up his opponent in Resende. The thing is now, is Resende going to change back to a 4 at the back?
It literally could just become a bit of a changing game, as we saw at a number of events last year. You have just joined. The score is 3-2 to Resende, who's playing that yellow strip from right to left. Currently, as I said, ranked 6th in the world on those Xbox rankings. The Brazilian, whoever, in his last 2 FUT Champions Cups, has gone out in Swiss-style format, though. He'll be looking to change that this time round. Pick up 3 wins, and if he can pick up a win now against the 2017 world champion, that wouldn't be a bad way to kick things off here in Singapore.
It'll be 3 wins out of 3 for him at FUT Champions Cups. He's matched him in London, matched him in Bucharest, and beating him on both of those occasions. So Gorilla looking to get one back on the tally chart against Resende. I'm sure this won't be the last time they match up as well in FIFA 19.
Obviously, at the same time of that, we know how good attacking-wise, Gorilla has been. He's always been known for that. The way he can attack, the way he can go forward, the flair side to his game. But he has to defend this one now as it goes all the way over to the back post for Mbappe, who's just going to head that one straight in. But chance missed by Resende, and it's a chance just to clear that one again for Gorilla and to try and build into this attack. Going to play into CR7. It's going to lovely little interchange. Now, Messi's actually starting in this game as well for Gorilla. Was involved in about the 60th minute last game, but a keen starter now. Modric to Huller, who's going to take a shot here from distance. Modric did one earlier. Yeah, good strike from Modric. Timed it green as well. It seems Resende's got that digged out back post cross down to a perfection. Down the line and then just digging it to the far post, whether it's Mbappe, whether it's Cruyff, whether it's Ronaldo. All the players that he's got in those positions are capable of winning the header and clearing the ball and troubling the goalkeeper. So it seems as though with this 3-5-2, he's got 3 or 4 different things that he likes to do. He likes to switch the play a lot. That's what I've picked up on. That back post cross, he seems to be very useful with using. Messi into Kylian Mbappe. We've been hyping about him already. Still a goal down, though, in this one. We'll win a free kick, though, in a very dangerous area, literally.
The exact
bang on in the middle
that he wanted the last free kick in when they were holding the ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see he's put a couple of men over the wall now, but a direct shot from this area would actually be quite useful.
Was he going to take a direct shot? Of course, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo going to dummy over that one. Messi's going to take the shot, and it's going to pull out a massive save from that team of the year, David De Gea.
I really like that. He's put a man over the wall. A man over the ball, I should say, and then he's took a direct shot with the second man.
Which we never see. We never see direct shots. It's always played short, isn't it? And then it's going to be hit. Or if they can make some kind of pass out of it. Pele now.
It's a poor pass.
Into Pele, in fact, wasted.
Just simply don't have enough players going forward for him. Did Guerrero there. Ronaldo's so good in the air. It baffles me every time. Sometimes he'll be like 3 yards away and he'll still just, almost like he's gliding across the pitch.
He will in a corner as well, in fact. I think that was Leo that's kicked that out. 3-2 down, he does still trail. You can just see there Van Dijk being controlled for Resende as it goes into the middle. The pack, Ramos, is it going to fall nicely to Cristiano Ronaldo? No, it's not. It's going to go out for a throw. And which way will it go? We'll go to the favour of Resende. And a completely different story this game has given us to what we saw in the first leg. By this time, we might have actually seen about 3 goals. In this game, we haven't even seen a single goal. Whether that's a change of attitude from Resende or whether he's just not been able to play, how Guerrero's matched him up. Johan Cruyff into Vieira now. Look at that back post. If he can play, it's going to go to Pele. Instead, he's going to take that shot.
I think he wanted to use a back post, but just as he saw it, I think Guerrero also saw it and just switched his player to move across to that area. You see offside trap being spammed by.
Lovely ball across to Mbappe again. We've been speaking about how good he is, but in the air, he's so good as well. We said of what, Resende's really been enjoying using the back post cross. Not even an El Tornado back post cross. Is he onside? No, he's not.
I think just at that moment there, Resende almost had a back 4. This 3 at the back seems to be very versatile. It goes to a back 5, it goes to a back 3. It's like clockwork, just moving backs and forwards all as a team. When you've got Hullet and Vieira just sat in front as well, they can fall back, and it's like a yellow wall. You get 7 players behind the ball, but you've always got Ronaldo
CDMs on top as well.
You've always got Ronaldo as that out ball, which is so important.
No, you'll see it in any weekend league, any team. If you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, he's always an outlet from a goal kick, from a corner, from a set piece. Whether he's creating chances, finishing chances, defending for you. He's doing so much for you. Quote of a cheeky back post pass there. Marcelo won't be there. Added time of 3 minutes. We're into the last minute of that. We might actually have one more attack for Guerrero now as well. Lovely little scoop turn to try and pull away from his man. It's Kylian Mbappe tries to pull through, and what a tackle that is from Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, just got that frame back there, got his toe on the ball and just poked that away from Mbappe, who was going through on goal. He's only got one more sub left. I wouldn't be surprised to see Eusebio come on potentially for him.
Of course, we can just see in front of us now. You guys at home can see it as well. What custom tactics you use in your weekend league, or whether you're a pro yourself and trying to make it to events like these. I think there's still a few LQEs that there are going to be qualifiers for in the upcoming weeks.
We've also got the playoffs as well, which is going to be a fantastic event where we will find the finalised top 16 players on each side of the bracket, Xbox and PlayStation 4.
And alongside that as well, you've got the chance of just one tournament can get yourself, well, you can get yourself to a playoff. One tournament, you can do it. Look at the story of Tuga over the last 2 events. Came into Bucharest in January, like 200 and something in the world. Did so well there, got himself a semi-final. Go to Atlanta, he wins the PlayStation, so he wins 6-1 against Nicholas.
Yeah, that was one of the best performances that I've seen in a long time, just a singular performance.
And he's still playing 4-4-2 as well, Richard. Yeah. When he lost his game in Bucharest, he said, maybe because I was playing 4-4-2, you thought, okay, he's going to go away from that and maybe make a change. Instead, played it again and proved that it does work for him. Of course, we'll see that Portuguese player in action a little bit later as Grilla comes forward. It's good to see as well, Van Dijk a starter for Resende. Some people sometimes shy away from the Dutchman.
Well, it just offers that in the air that you don't really get with a lot of other players.
Going to be Neymar now in the edge of the box to Messi. Will we see another direct shot, Richard? Or will it be one of them 2 dummies over the top? Messi going to run over it, play short to Cristiano Ronaldo. Who's going to take the shot here?
Just looking to create a little bit more room with that roulette. It's one of the skill moves that if it works, it's really, really effective. But if your player just stands in front of you, you're just running into a brick wall.
Overlap. He will find it. That's Eusebio now. A prime icon moment to the front post. I don't think he just changed player there, trying to find Cristiano Ronaldo, who probably would have.
He definitely won the header.
Given, I think, Ramos there potentially a run for his money. Into the last third in this game. We said round one, a Swiss style form. This is a big chance to get yourself 1-0 on that Swiss leaderboard, that Swiss standings. You find it.
He's not wanting to rush.
He's going to try and get an extra man into that attack. That's exactly what he's done with Eusebio. Into Cristiano Ronaldo now, just trying to hold the ball up perfectly and find the perfect opportunity to go on forward and score a goal. This is a massive goal. Resende scores this, he opens up the gap by 2 goals, and that's when you can start looking to see out a game in your last 25 minutes.
Yeah, not only that as well, but whenever it's only a 1-goal deficit, Gorilla always thinks he's in the game. He always thinks 1 goal to extra time, 1 goal to win the game. It's simple as that. If it goes to a 2-goal deficit, it just kills your vibe up a little bit with only this little amount of time left on the clock as well.
Well, that's been a pause due by Gorilla, and I think you said it best, Rich. He didn't have any more changes to make. If anything, 1. So Hullet. Will there be a chance? He's always going to get a chance, Gorilla. Just if he can take that opportunity that does fall to him. As Messi picks up the ball, you can just see him there, just turning away, maybe trying to find a free kick, bait out a free kick on the edge of the box. Cristiano Ronaldo into Messi on that left foot. Oh, it's hit the upright. It wasn't time, though.
And the main reason that Gorilla got that chance, Resende, I've seen it pretty much throughout the 2 legs. He's very, very aggressive in his defending. He's lunging a lot. He's coming out and he's pressing B. He's lunging into the tackles. That's why he's had so many free kicks in and around the box, Gorilla. And now we've seen him switch to with that 3-4-1-2 formation. Now are we going to see Eusebio introduced? That is the question. It's got to be Eusebio or Cruyff, one of the 2.
And he's looking there to obviously take out a midfielder from the game. So he's got that extra attacking player in there. No, he's not. He's actually going to take off Neymar in the end. And now Messi gets pushed down to the left-hand side.
Cruyff and Cam, it's a fantastic addition to the team. Messi on the left, he doesn't have to cut inside. He can just cross the first time. You see in the custom tactics also as well from the 2017 World Champion. 24 minutes on the clock. He's trailing by one goal, I should say. 3 goals to 2 here in Singapore. I just had a little look around me. What a venue this is right here. Free to come as well if you are in Singapore, but I don't think I've ever seen an LED screen
that good
with FIFA on it that big.
Of course, yes, I'm sure we'll be seeing some panoramic views over the weekend here in Singapore. Fantastic country. A pleasure to come over here as well for this PGL EA Sports FIFA 19 tournament. Question is, Richard, Cruyff is on. But will there be a goal? 1 goal will take us to extra time, as we know. An aggregate scoreline of 3 away goals mean nothing. The score is level. Extra time will be needed.
We'll be starting their FUT Champions Cup 5 with a negative record.
The good thing about Swiss-style format, though, and that's why it's so popular in competitive FIFA, is that even if you go 0-2, you can still come back. You can have a bad opening 2 games. And if anything, if that's not a wake-up call for you, I don't know what it is. Some people can often come back after going 0-2. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just...
Well, it's just that fight or flight instinct that kicks in. If you're 0-2, you think, right, this is it now. I can't lose another game. Razek is a perfect example of it. He'll go 0-2 and then make a final, make a semi-final. I think he needs the pressure. When he's 0-0 or maybe 2-0 or 1-0.
Oh, Pele's done so well there, Richard, to pull away. Oh, that's a great goal. I think there's a little fake shot there just to open up a pocket of space for the man. And that's why he's been so good at Resende. Before we came into this game, Richard, you were talking about those advanced fake shots that he's been doing. We saw it in London.
He utilises that byline so well. We were talking about it recently at an event. If you can get into the byline and get down that near side, it creates so much more anxiety for your defender, because you can't press B, you can't lunge in because you're giving away a penalty. If you let them get any closer to the goal, you're in danger because they're going to cut it back like that. They can even shoot near post. When you've got players like CR7, Ruud Gullit, Mbappe, who are ridiculous in the attacking third, you simply can't afford your opponent to get into that position.
And as soon as they're in there, as you said, unless it's a tackle that you are backing yourself 100% to win and win the ball.
You're not pressing B. You're not pressing circle to manually tackle in that position. It's penalty central if you're doing that.
We said, Richard, if Resende can score, it'll open the gap. 4-2 on aggregate, and he'll have a slight advantage. You can see now where Gorilla's had to go forward in attack. You can see the energy on his players. El Tornado all the way to the back post, off the bar. It was time green as well from Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, that back post cross. That's why
That's
Marcelo,
the first time we've really seen him do an El Tornado cross.
El Tornado to the back post. Ronaldo jumping up. I'm surprised he didn't actually score from that sort of range as well.
With Ronaldo as well, of all people. What's that, 99 heading accuracy as well, 99 jumping. The man is a machine, and in every single team for a reason. As we come into the last 17 game minutes now, if Grilla can get a goal back and pull off some amazing comeback here, just feel like Resende's just going to see this one out though, Richard. And as you said, the third time that these would have met, going to be 3-0 on games to Resende.
Yeah, but there's 6 minutes left on the clock. It looks like Resende is just killing off the game right now. Another goal would settle it for the Brazilian, but Gorilla, he has got time to get 2 goals in this short amount. Not with heroic piece of defending like that for Virgil van Dijk, though.
He's been great, hasn't he?
Does it for Liverpool, does it for the Netherlands, does it for Resende. Virgil van Dijk.
This is a massive tournament for not just these two, of course, all the players involved as we come to the end of these FUT Champions Cups. There's one in April as well, but these are the ones with all the points on. With the big prize money as well, $100,000 prize pot for this event, $50,000 for first place as well. The person that will win that console final on Sunday. Added time to come any second now of 2 minutes. He's going to actually see another pause potentially. I love this from Gorilla. Oh no, he's just going to jump back into the game. I reckon he thought, you know what, I'm going to try and make a change now. Don't worry about it. Let's just say this is over.
I think he might be waiting to see how much added time there were.
Eusebio tried to play it over, and if anything, we're just going to wait for that full-time whistle now. Resende, job done for him in round 1 of Swiss-style format, Richard. As we said, up against the 2017 world champion. Resende's got something to prove here in Singapore. Went 2-3 in Bucharest in January, 2-3 in Atlanta 2 weekends ago. Is he going to score one more just to put the cherry on top of this cake? Heel to heel, 3 of them or to advance. Shake shot into a drag back. Everything's coming out from Resende here. Referee conclude this one, and that will be a win for Resende in Swiss Star round 1, Richard. And you have to say, a very close second leg, but he needed that goal just to add a little bit of breathing space, and he's done that. Yeah, he did a job. He came into the game, would you say, expecting a win against Gorilla? He's beat him twice already at FUT Champions Cups. He makes it a hat-trick of victories against the former world champion. But a fantastic performance, and I think we are going to jump over to another fantastic player, and that is Megabit up against the Australian Marcus Gomez. 3rd versus 11th. This is like an unbelievable tie in terms of the rankings. Exactly that, and of course we're looking forward to jumping into that game when it has just been a goal, it looks like, and it's going to be Marcus Gomes stepping up with a goal, and he's actually 2-1 in front in this game, but what does that do to the overall aggregate scoreline? We shall see any second now. As we have just joined, that is Resende picking up his first win of the day. And over, as you said, Richard, to 3rd up against 11th in those Global Series rankings, those all-important Global Series rankings. See, there's some custom tactics. Obviously, we don't speak German, but yeah, it's, I think, balanced. Was on the defensive. On the attacking, I should say, and then width and depth has dramatically been increased as well. So I would go on a limb and say Megabit is behind, potentially. But we will find out after that goal from Marcus Gomes what has that done in the story of this game. Let's have a look at that aggregate score as it pops up. And here we go. What's that going to be? A 5-3 advantage to Marcus Gomes. He's not messing about. He's come all the way from Australia. 6 Australians, of course, came over to this event with a point to prove if they haven't, pointed it out already. Doing so well, of course, in their own E-League. Marcus Gomes missing out on an E-League fixture. Of course, Pete Sassana had to step up. I'm sure they'll be watching now and supporting his fellow teammate, who's actually 5-3 up against Megabit. For us, one of the favourites in this tournament. Yeah, a lot of people said he was one of the favourites. Was the German, however, Marcus Gomes, let's not forget, this man turns up at the big occasions. Oh, hello. Nearly Pele Bucharest, first event of the year, turned up. Turned up and made us lose our voices in a penalty from Pro Owns. Ronaldo to Hullet. And Marcus is one of those players that we were talking about earlier, like on the cusp. If he performs well at this event, gets a quarter-final, gets a semi-final, he could actually be potentially setting him up for a top 16. You can see his points there. He's got 1,409 Global Series ranking points. If he gets a quarter-final, gets a semi-final, picks up like 600, 450 points, and he's sat on like 2K after this event with only one more major left and then the playoffs,
that could potentially be enough to get a grand final spot.
And also, I hope when he does make the playoffs or the grand finals, he doesn't turn around and say he's lucky. All right, he's deserved his spot there. I know he's a very nice guy, Marcus Gomes. He always says he gets a little bit of fortune now and then, but you have to say he's performed so well, Richard. You know, this year again, still, you know, just waving that flag for the Australian, the rest of the world scene.
You see Megabit now switch into a 4-3-2-1, something very similar to what he used to play last year in FIFA 18 when he was dominating the weekend league, dominating the qualifying periods. And it looks like Eusebio's coming on, the 94 Eusebio, as a right forward.
Is that two fresh centre midfielders as well?
It is Hullet, Modric, and then the one we will find out who it was coming on very shortly indeed.
If anyone can pull this game back, it honestly would be Megabit.
Eusebio, Modric, and Kante. There we go. Like the countdown clock ticking down.
I think I called him a goal-scoring machine back in London for one of those LQEs. I think it was the February G50 LQE. He did so well there. Still wants to go and do well, of course. Playing really well in the virtual Bundesliga at the moment as well. What a team that is with Mo Aubameyang. Of course, more known as Mo Alba now. Cristiano Ronaldo to Modric. Going to be playing on there. I think we'll be saying, referee, where's the free kick? Or has Modric just gone down a little bit too soft? This is where we can see maybe some game management from Marcus Gomes. That's
really nice bit of possession there as well. The pressure was building on him, and he's played out fantastically well there as Marcus.
Cut back inside. Look at Hullet. Is he going to find him? Yes, he is. This is Ruud Hullet now. Oh, wow.
That's an unbelievable goal.
That's a fantastic bit of FIFA there. Could have easily took the shot of Hullet, but had to play the one more. And if anything's maybe actually won this game.
Yeah, that is one of the best goals that I've seen in quite a long time. The composure to be able to keep the ball there in his defensive third, where he's getting pressed so high up the pitch by Megabit. He's managed to play out.
Eusebio as well.
He's played a long ball down the line, which is something you don't see as well. And then to have the composure to play one more pass with Ruud Hullet. We shoot in that opportunity there. The ball comes to Hullet in that position. We're pressing circle. We're pressing B to shoot. He saw the 2020 vision. Did Marcus. He's just simple pass. Take that chance from a 60% chance to a 100% chance and slot in the back of the net. You'll see it there. Unbelievable.
The composure to do that from the Australian. And this is a massive, you know, statement from this man. Obviously, he's not in the top 10 at the moment on those Global Series rankings. He's on the verge of the top 10. He's up against Megabit, who's third.
Mike LaBelle might not be here, but I'm going to steal one of his phrases. How many C's it is. Cool, calm, composed.
Has Megabit got other ideas to pull this back? Actually gone back for a free kick instead that he's probably thinking, I was on a finesse there with Cristiano Ronaldo on the edge of the box. Why are we going back, referee? This will be making Megabit go 0-1 as well. Round one of Swiss start we on here in Singapore. Front post flick on. I thought it was looping there.
Yeah, you actually saw him manually control Ronaldo there and just dink it into that area, something you rarely see. But I think it was too far out to play a short pass and then trying to work something into the area. And it was also too far out to directly shoot.
Eusebio now to maybe make it 7. Saw a ball roll there. I think that's what he wanted to do, to just try and pull away from De Gea.
Yeah, Megabit's definitely gone more attacking since he's gone. We saw him change at 1-0. 1 goal down, 2 goals down, and now 3 goals down.
Now he wants to make another change.
Looks like he's pressing.
Look at that run. There we go.
So
Cristiano
high.
Ronaldo. Can he find Mbappe as well? A little dink. Yes, he will. Mbappe. So close. What a tackle as well that is from Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at the attacking prowess now going forward. Eusebio, the prime icon moment. Little dink, little chip, and that wraps up a first-class performance from Marcus Gomes.
Yeah, I actually thought he'd overhit it. Had Marcus there when he knocked it out of his feet. Got a nice little touch out of his feet and then just dinked over the goalkeeper. And we're going to jump over to one of the best games on the PlayStation 4. This is potentially a PS4 console final. Lev Vinken versus Pina, and it's extra time, and it's 3 goals apiece.
And you have to say as well, you heard Lev on Twitter, if you saw the tweet, saying, why do I just get the hardest round 1 game? These two actually matched up in Atlanta, where they faced in round 1. And now they face each other in an extra time finish in round 1 as well. Of course, congratulations, Marcus Gomes. He goes 1-0 pretty much, just waiting for the referee's whistle on that one. We're 8 minutes away from a penalty shootout.
So which is also setting up potentially both Megabit and Gorilla will be 0-1.
There's going to be some massive matchups in there. So that means that game one and this one was a 1-1. This one is 2-2 at the moment. So it's the big names going 0-1. That's the moral of the story here in Singapore. Ronaldinho, in it goes. To Vieira. Cristiano Ronaldo now just trying to get a shot away, and that's going to be a chance to breathe.
Those players going 0-1 just once again shows how tough the competition and how high the level is. Not only showing how hard it is to qualify and the level of players that aren't actually qualified for this tournament, like it shows how good it is. But some of the names that are at this tournament who are going to be 0-1 is remarkable. This is, I would go out on a limb and say, the most stacked FIFA tournament that I've seen, maybe ever. If Tessari and Nicholas were here as well, by far.
Of course, you'd have a world champion in there as well, and the Iceman, as he's called.
I think a lot of people are hitting the peak right now. A lot of players are playing at their best that we've seen them play.
A lot of players have played maybe 1,500, 2,000 games of FIFA as well. You know,
in FIFA 19, they've perfectly adjusted right now. There's no excuses about a patch or anything like that. And Lev has worked this perfect opportunity to get the final chance in this game.
Johan Cruyff steps up and scores here, Richard. That'll be one hell of a story now. Lev Vinkum of Vieira! Of all the people he wants in that position.
He was keeping the ball. Some people say he would play for penalties. He was playing for the last chance of the game. He had it with Vieira,
and he
squandered it.
He knows it as well. We're into a penalty shootout now. This is Stefano Pina stepping up first for Ronaldinho. He's going to score.
We've seen Pina successful in a penalty shootout in London in a console final. And Lev levels it up at 1 goal apiece in this shootout.
And N'Golo Kante now. Which way is he going to go? Goes right, and he went the right way, but just a small bit of movement I saw as well.
If you look at the face cams, it's two completely different players. Lev hasn't taken his eyes off the screen. Pina doesn't look.
R9 scores as well. And I saw this in London at the G-Finney event. He just doesn't look at the pens. There's a Pina. Cruyff now, the Dutch hero, not a hero now.
I thought that got in still.
I thought that he trickled in. This is Pina now to build on that advantage. Yes, he will. Saves this, he's won.
Lev must score to stay in this game.
You should never miss a penalty.
If Lev scores, I should say if Pina scores, he wins.
Vieira now. Missed the chance for Lev. Will he score the winner for? Yes, he will. Pina will win, and that will be a 1-0 Fim in Swiss style format. 2 legs of FIFA, extra time, and a penalty shootout was needed for the Belgium. And that is why he's seed number 2, Rich, on those Global Series rankings, because he's got that extra experience.
Stefano Pina goes 1-0. The man.
You've got to feel for Lev. What a chance.
Consider as well for the most consistent FIFA players in the scene. He's flown over to Singapore. He said that he wasn't really enjoying competing at the minute, but he's still going to come to the events that he's already qualified for, and he does the job yet again, starting 1-0. And Lev Vinkum, he's got to be thinking, when am I going to get a reasonable, favourable draw in the first round of a competition?
What a chance he did have, Rich, right at the end. Of course, it fell to Vieira. He finessed it, or tried to put it into the top right-hand corner where David De Gea matched up. It was one of those shots where there was really nowhere else you could aim for the shot. He was in space against David De Gea, and that was the chance that he's probably thinking about still now, Lev Vinkum. Had to go to a penalty shootout. And of course, the luck of a penalty shootout, you never know what is going to happen, and it will be Pina with an advantage.